A visibly scared Donald Trump flipped out during a gala the other day over a special counsel being selected by Merrick Garland to investigate his crimes. You have to see Trump at this thing. He was in rare form. And I don't mean because he was wearing a tuxedo and looking more orange than ever, although that was notable and interesting to see. Trump saying, isn't this all kind of like double jeopardy?
Impeachment hoax in January.
And by the way, I apologize for the terrible audio. That's an issue in the room. Apparently the audio text must have been Antifa.
6th. And they tried it in the Senate. They went through the whole process and we won. We went through the whole process. So wouldn't this sort of be and then you take a look at the other. We went through 2 of them. And isn't this sort of like double jeopardy? In the old days, they used to call it double jeopardy. But essentially, we've done so well, and we did well in a very hostile Congress.
Yeah. It's not double jeopardy. Double jeopardy is the prosecution of a person more than once for the same offense. Trump thinks double jeopardy is they keep finding out of new crimes you might have committed, and those crimes are investigated. He's clearly scared. He's clearly making no sense. And there was a hilarious statement, actually, that Trump gave to Fox Digital, where he said, quote, I have been proven innocent for 6 years on everything, from fake impeachment to Mueller, who found no collusion. And now I have to do it more. I am not going to partake in it. I announce, and then they appoint a special prosecutor. The appointment of the special prosecutor right after he announces is the proper thing to do. Not doing it would be a problem. And of course, Trump is wrong that he has been proven innocent. He doesn't seem to understand how anything works. He also was impeached for things that they weren't fake. They mostly happened in public and they're recorded. Mueller did not find no collusion. Mueller decided not to prosecute. And Trump saying he won't partake won't really do anything. It doesn't make it go away. Back to the gala, Trump commenting on the special counsel, he said, I thought that was case closed.
This horrendous abuse of power is the latest in a long series of witch hunts. We started a long time ago. I thought the investigation with the document hoax was dying or dead or over. And the investigation into January 6th in my very peaceful and patriotic speech, remember, peaceful and patriotically, was dead, especially after the record-setting 40-point loss of Liz Cheney and the great...
He seems to think that because Cheney lost the investigation, the criminal investigation is over. I mean, just a total lack of understanding of anything.
State of Wyoming, I thought it was dead. I thought that put the final nail in the coffin, only to find out that the corrupt and highly political Justice Department just appointed a super radical left special counsel, better referred to as a special prosecutor, to start the process all over again. We thought it was...
This guy's scared. You can genuinely tell there is absolutely fear there. And then he went into his bizarre hyperbole, like saying there's no one more innocent than Trump.
I've proven to be one of the most honest and innocent people ever in our country. I've proven to be one of the most honest and innocent people ever in our country.
Trump, speaking at the same gala, actually brought up Carrie Lake and said what happened with her is incredible and that isn't even over. Check this out.
Carrie Lake, who just went through an incredible election. There were a lot of broken voting machines. You heard that. Lots of them. They happen to be in largely Republican areas. And what happened there is a disgrace. But I want to just tell you, you did some job, Carrie, and I know it's not over yet.
It is over. It is over. And there were a few tabulators that for a period of time were not working in some parts of Maricopa County. Everything was fixed. The GOP, which had filed a lawsuit, retracted the lawsuit. Carrie Lake lost. It is over. Donald Trump also started calling for the feds to invade the homes of the Clintons and the Bushes, which was a very strange moment.
They have to invade. This is Mar-a-Lago. They have to invade Hillary and Bill Clinton's beautiful home in Westchester. They have to invade the Bushes' home. They have to invade a lot of homes. But they didn't do that. And they took documents. They took a lot of things. And that's what we have the Presidential Records Act for.
Calling for, it's funny. On the one hand, he says law enforcement and the FBI have been politicized and weaponized. And now he's saying they should do it to the Bushes and Clintons, even though they aren't actually under investigation for any crimes. And then lastly, this is just kind of funny. Even C-SPAN pulling away from coverage of this.
Chicago recently, they had 82 people shot, 82 over a weekend. But they said it was a long weekend. Oh, okay, that's better. It was a long weekend. In Afghanistan, when I was in charge, we didn't have one killing. Think of it. In 18 months, not one of our soldiers were killed. And then you look at Chicago and you look at other things.
Former President Trump has moved on to other topics. We'll take this opportunity to move on with our program schedule.
That's the best. Other topics. Trump's entire speeches are moving on, moving on to other topics. That's all he does, move on to other topics. So absolutely surreal. He looks terrified. He looks genuinely terrified. We will have all of these clips on our Instagram. And remember, we are preparing for 2024 as well, pushing for 2 million YouTube subscribers. Last month, more than 3 million different YouTube viewers watched clips but didn't subscribe. Help us get to 2 million simply by hitting the subscribe button right now if you are not yet subscribed to the channel. We could do it overnight just with our existing viewers if they hit that subscribe button. Help us out. We're going to take a quick break and be back with so much more. We're going to talk about the runoff. We're going to talk about VP, so many different things. Check out our sponsor, Shaker and Spoon, the monthly cocktail subscription box that delivers the craft cocktail experience to your door. Each monthly box comes with 3 original recipes created by world-class bartenders with ingredients for 12 cocktails. My favorite is the Blood and Sage. It's part of the vodka-based drinks. It uses herbed sage syrup and blood orange Meyer lemon ginger ale. Delicious, refreshing. I love how Shaker and Spoon includes everything you need, the ingredients, the instructions, right in the box. The recipe is easy to follow. The Blood and Sage made for a very relaxing fall afternoon on the back deck. A lot of fun. With Shaker and Spoon, you don't need to seek out hard-to-find cocktail ingredients or buy full-size containers of things you'll use once. This is way more convenient. Shaker and Spoon introduces you to spirits and flavor combinations you may never have otherwise discovered, and it is a fantastic holiday gift. Give the gift of an awesome experience. Shaker and Spoon giving you $20 off your first box. Go to shakerandspoon.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman. The link is down below.